Hey everybody, it's John from the Witching Hour Podcast. Thanks for taking a moment to join me on my little video here. I don't do a whole lot of personal videos, so I definitely appreciate you taking the time. So what I'm here today to talk to you about is movie theater merchandise. So as of lately, movie theaters have been in conjunction with, I should actually say, the production companies of the films are releasing X amount of merchandise that are being distributed and then sold through certain select movie theaters. Let me see, starting, I want to say 2, maybe 3 years ago, that I personally knew of. I believe Scream was one of the first ones I knew of. I don't know if they had a custom popcorn bucket, but I knew one of these soda cups was a hard shell cup, had a lid, and I was told the straw itself actually had one of the ghost-faced characters, like a little plastic one, actually hanging onto the straw, which I thought was kind of cool. And since then, I know my daughter has gotten a hold of one of the Dungeons and Dragons. Came out with it was huge. It looked like, if you're familiar with the D&D dice, it was like a 20, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but it was a multi-shaped, multi-sided dice that the top came off, and there was your popcorn, and she absolutely loves it because she is a D&D fan. Since then, there have been others. My son, who he and I, of all of our children, with your children, you share different things with them. Like with me and my one son in particular, he and I love movies. That's something I've always had a passion for. It's something he's grown into. And with everyone, you have something different, but I'm not getting into all that. But anyhow, he was fortunate enough to pick me up the Jigsaw. I absolutely love it. It simply opens up, and that's where you add everything. I'm a collector. I know you can't see everything. I've done a video in the past. I collect horror and movie memorabilia, not actual prop stuff. I can never afford that, but just cool little knickknacks that mean a lot to me. Now, as of most recently, Ghostbusters has come out. That was a huge, huge part of my life growing up. And he fell in love with it at a very young age as well. He and I actually called. He lives one state away from me. It's only an hour drive, but up near him, he called movie theaters near him just to find out, hey, what are you guys selling? And I was doing the same where I was. And unfortunately, the closest one to me, I went and picked up one of the hard cups, Ghostbusters. I picked up one for each of us. I think it was about $7 for each of them. And again, this is just going to sit up on one of my shelves, one of my little collectible things that I do. I'm sure by the end of the summer it'll probably have lemonade, or if I'm lucky, something harder. He called one of the movie theaters. They were nice enough to hold for him one of the certain items. This movie has put out different items. There is, if you're familiar with the films, which I'm hoping you are, the trap. It's with the Ghostbusters. After they caught him with the rays, they'd slide it on the floor, they'd press the button with their foot, thing pops open, and it sucks them in and seals it, and that's the trap. It conceals the ghost. Well, those, when I called around, were running about $45 a piece. Okay, well, that's a little bit much for a plastic container that carries popcorn for me, because he and I were making the deal that whatever I find, I would go and pick him up one as well, and he was doing the same for me. So, like I said, unfortunately, the closest one I could find was the cup, which he loved. I got him one, and he loved it. Now, he called the movie theater. He couldn't get to it that night, but the manager promised to hold him 2 of Oh, and I'm sorry, before I jump, they also had Ecto 1, which is the car they drive in the film. And again, you just kind of pop the top off of it and fill it up with popcorn. The ones I've seen online, actually, the lights light up and all that stuff. And anyhow, Ghostbusters.com or whatever, you can still order this stuff. And believe you me, they are selling out of it. But I'm sorry to jump around. The one that he got me is the one that I really wanted. Isn't he cute? I absolutely love this. It really does hold a lot, and I don't know how well this is going to turn out on film, but look at the size of that ass. I mean, damn. But I really do love this thing. I have it sitting on a shelf in front of the window, so when the daylight comes through, it kind of glows, so it really adds to it. Now, I think this is a great thing. Ever since, let's just use, for the better term, Blockbuster, video stores came out, the life of movie theaters took a hit and it started dwindling a little bit. But movies weren't released on video until they were long gone from the movie theaters. Movie theaters made their money. Then you could go watch it at home when you could rent it. DVDs and the power, what may, things just slowly kept dwindling. And nowadays with streaming and being able to purchase a movie to rent, to watch the day it gets released in the movie theaters, I mean, movie theaters are closing up. And that kills me. Drive-ins are pretty much, extinct nowadays. And they were always so much fun. And it was usually a pretty cheap event. And you would go and see anywhere from 2 to maybe 3 movies in one night. So you got your money's worth. And it was always a great experience for the most part. And as a matter of fact, many of you might have actually been created at a drive-in. You should ask your parents about that. So saving the movie theaters, drawing people in with product, I think is great. I really, really do. My problem is nowadays, of course, financially, the way the economy is, these movies are not cheap to make. I get that. But you're also paying on average of, $15 to probably $20 per ticket. Now, movie theaters make their money off of concessions. So you're going to have to pay $12 for a popcorn bucket and then a soda, and it gets really expensive. And then to add, $20, $25, $8. He was fortunate enough to get this one for $25. I've heard other people online say they paid $40, upwards of $50. My daughter's dice, I believe, from the D&D, I believe was $30, somewhere around there. Getting people back into the movie theaters, I believe, is a great thing. I really do. I support that 200%. Going to the movies is an event, and I love it. The sights, the sounds. There's no better surround sound, no home studio. I don't care what you've got invested in your TV. Going to a movie theater and listening to a movie and seeing the sights and just whatever. It's a great thing for me personally. I just wish that, this is a, you got 3 colors. You got green, white, and red, and it's all plastic. Nothing opens, no hinges, no specialty, no battery operations. It's a novelty idea. Okay, if you want the people to be able to keep coming back to the movies, not just on rare occasions, help them out. I'm not saying lower the ticket prices, but come on. Maybe get this, spend $20, then you get it full of popcorn and a drink or something. I don't know, whatever. Anyhow, I just wanted to show you guys the cool little stuff that I got. My son brought this over to me Easter Sunday and gave it to me. And I gave him his cup as well. And we had a great day. Talked about movies as we always do. But anyhow, that's all. I just want to share it with you. Hope you guys get to see the movie. I have not seen Ghostbusters yet. A handful of friends of mine have seen it, if you were wondering. They've all loved it. Absolutely loved it. They're saying that between this one and the last one, it's continuing. They're just saying they're just great continuations from the original three. And that's about it. Anyhow, I'm John, the Witching Hour Podcast. Hope you've enjoyed my little nothingness of a video. Please like, share, subscribe. Look for me on YouTube. If you do, please subscribe. Big things coming up for that as well. Big announcement coming up soon. Thanks, guys. I'll appreciate it. See ya.